offer that can pacify that my greed. If not, I am going to destabilize everything within the party. That has been the character. So a very good leader, a tactful leader was supposed to stay back. Before this one, we voice out their venoms. You just hold the person down. But he refused. Now, Ekiti State had an election. You were away. You were not there to support the candidate, to support the party to win election. That is a unit of the federation. That you're supposed to gather more vote, but you didn't show up. Yet you want to be a president, you want to win presidential election. Right? Now in Osun, during all the consultations, all the reach out, everything, you were not there, you were away, waiting for the grand finale. That is where you will now show up and say, my people, vote my party. Just like that. In Nigeria, when even some people will even come and collect something from you, I say, look at this one, I'm going to punish you. Nigeria election is bomber to bomber scenario. It's not something you stay far, you're thinking that the people are with you. Even the man who is shouting, this is the one we want, the next minute they can turn around against you. If he gets a very good offer. So you must stay with your people, stay with your party. But you are waiting for the grand finale before you will meet people, show your party first to carry it. That means there will not be room to even meet with your party people.
Are you invariably saying that it's too late for Atiku to
It's very late, but I will also applaud him if he shows up. Support your party. Be with your party. Because these are the people you need to be the president. It is not only FCT vote that can make you president. Adama vote alone cannot make you president. You need that Osun. So you must start the building. You must start to galvanize the people. You must start to inspire them. You must find a way to make them to support you, to like you. You were away, and later you expect this governor to labor. If he wins, that is the delegate of the PDP, if he wins. But during his own election, we are not there. This is the kind of politics. I have experienced so many politicians in this country. And I see that many of them, when it comes to your own elections, some will stay far away. Some will just say, don't worry, on the day of election, we send you something. They will say, that is not the best, that is not all. But there is a man, I am not speaking for Tinubu, but Tinubu, if you watch all the politics I have been playing, he will stay by you. He will support you. He will even come. He will do so many things. And that is helping him today. Our own year, particularly where I hail from, we are big boys, big women. We will stay far. When we come, we just shout, expecting that the people will just conform and support us. If we don't, we shout, rigging, manipulation, hey, hey, and all that. Let us play politics so that when the result comes, you will know that that is what you labored for.
Looking at the party, PDP, what chances do they have in the 2022 elections in Osun State?
Osun State people will decide who wins, who should be their governor in the next 4 years. It's not the opinion of Emi Firaga. I might just see or tell you, yes, this person my way, this person my way. But in an election, it can happen. But I can tell you the race is between the APC and the PDP. Any little mistake on the other part, the other one will just switch in. Because there are still going to be one or two manipulations and one or two politicking behind the scene. So everybody will want to be at alert, following up the election, Boba to Boba, between these two parties. So anybody can win. But I can see Oyetola still having more advantage because the crisis that was supposed to divide it to an extent, that is the Aregbesola issue. But they've found a way of reconciling Oyetola and Aregbesola. So Aregbesola has stepped down his anger for now. That means, according to what I read some days ago, that they are going to work together. So anybody between APC and PDP, anyone can win. It's the duty of Osun people to decide.
You've not really mentioned about the SDP. The SDP came second in the Ekiti State election.
That is Ekiti now. That is why I told you Mushroom Party the other time. In some states, you will see some party, they are very strong. But in some other things, you don't see them. But PDP and APC
a party
have
as Mushroom that came second in an election?
In Ekiti State, you have SDP. Now look at where PDP came behind third. Right? How strong is SDP in Rivers State today? Where's the office of SDP in Obiakpo local government? Can you trace them? You know where it is. So these are the mushroom parties who only come during an election. You will see them making noise, and not after election they fizzle away until the next election. That is why they are described as mushroom. because they don't have that tap roots into the political system. They only exist. Now, Labour Party has been for some time.
Okay, I'll come to that. Well, let's look at the personality of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the standard flag bearer of the PDP. Most people say that if he actually goes by himself to bend the decision he has taken by bringing down an Okowa and bringing up Yeso Wike as his vice, he'll be tagged a weak leader. Do you see it as that?
Yes, he'll be tagged a weak leader. And besides that, it will create more problem than solution.
Why do you say so?
Now, if you check the South, we have 6 states. I always say that bitter truth. Whenever I'm invited to talk, I don't say what people want to hear, because most time what they want to hear is not correct. So if you address that, you think you are speaking, I will tell you the truth that we live long, so that will not be a mushroom talk. You understand? Well, now, in South there are 6 states, right? The 6 states, River State is one of them. And Yeso Wike is from River State. Since the choice of Okowa, how many other governors in the South that are telling you that they are so disappointed or disenchanted? How many other governors from the South state? We have Edo, is PDP governor. I'm removing Okowa now because he's the person involved. Bayelsa is PDP. Akwa Ibom is PDP governor. These are 3 PDP. I also removing Rivers now, right? But immediately Okowa was announced, we saw Doyediri of Bayelsa State, Emmanuel Udom of Akwa Ibom. We saw Governor Obaseki of Edo going to Okowa and meeting the PDP National Working Committee and congratulated them, and Atiku and congratulated Okowa that they made the right choice, that they are going to support Okowa, be behind him all through. What
else should they have done? Should they have done not congratulating him? Don't
that
you
is
think
to
it
tell
be
you.
anti-party?
That is to tell you that they are not disappointed. If not, they would have said, "This is the person we want. Why doing it like this?" But there's vow to remain with the party. In fact, support the candidacy of Okowa, and that is what they're still doing. Remember, recently the chairman of PDP at the state level, the 6 states and the South, the chairman met. In fact, they issued their press statement. When Wike was rooting for the removal of Ayu, the PDP chairman, they said no to Wike decision and Wike politicking. They said no, Ayu should remain. If PDP wins the elections, that is when we can think of removing Ayu so that the chairmanship will come to the South. But now we're not won the election, so that Wike's decision, they are not in support. These chairmen are also supporting Okowa.
But you know, they'll be moving against the rule. They've already stated down.
First
of all, they moved against the rule when they threw the ticket open.
That is to tell you, yes.
Which we know they had a gentleman agreement that it was supposed to be the South. So
it was supposed to be the South based on certain thinking. What is justice now? I should do what you will like to you. You are also expected to do what I will like to me. That is justice now. Right? I have said it before. The PDP president who left, the last one, is from the South. From South, Jonathan. Since then, PDP has not won presidential election again. That means the last president of PDP is Southern Nigeria. So if you are feeding another candidate and it's also the South and all that, that is to an extent it's injustice. It's just like somebody in APC now who will tell me that after Buhari, it should be from the North again because PDP has a longer stay. Obasanjo 8 years, Jonathan 6 years. So if you add it, how many years is that? The North are only had less than 3 years under Yaradua. So the North are being cheated. So therefore, other APC, we want the power to still remain in the North. I will tell you that it's like that person has got political gaga. That is madness.
But this is party matters, internal party issues you're discussing. Generally in Nigeria, right about now, we're having a northern president, and Atiku is also from the North.
Yes.
Also. Yes. So doesn't it still scuffle the chances of a PDP winning?
I like the first word you use. You say party matter, different from generality of Nigeria. Party matter is a decision made by party faithful. It's a party thing. It doesn't concern you have no say there, I have no say there. It's party matter. It's not a Nigeria matter. It is when it comes to the general election, then Nigeria will not decide. This thing you are bringing now, it is now our turn to decide, to judge whatever you have done. That is why I'm only telling people, you don't need to break your head over APC Muslim ticket because you are not a member of APC. If you want to make your input, you want to show your anger or your joy, your satisfaction, wait for the election day. On the election day, go to the polling unit, cast your, that is where you have a say to either endorse what they did or you reject what they did. It's not in your place to be breaking your head. It just shows that you are not politically mature.
Okay, so moving on right now, do you think there'll be a reconciliation in the PDP before 16th of July?
It's late now. Because Wike was nominated among the committee, the PDP committee.
128
that will oversee the elections in Osun State.
Foresee the campaign.
The man refused. He withdrew himself. That he was not going to be part of such thing when he's aggrieved. Is it on the election ground you are going to reconcile the people? If you set a committee now, you've not met Wike and some other person.
3 days.
3 days.
Is even
it's
a long
big,
time.
But not in this contest. It's big, but not in this contest. You are going to Osun, you are not coming to River State. And the man, Wike, has distanced himself from there. How many impute have you seen Fayoshe? I mean, Autumn. Because the Wike men, we know them. They are Autumn. Ikpiazu. These are the henchmen. Right? And what role is Ikpiazu playing on Osun politics right now? What role is Autumn playing on Osun politics in regard to the governorship elections?
Okay,
so these are the things.
Let's see how it will unfold right about now. We're moving away from our penultimate topic, going over to the last one we have, which is 2023 Labour Party has better structure than APC PDP. Pat Utomi says that. Now, the political economist, Professor Pat Utomi, on Tuesday said the Labour Party has a better structure than the nation's two dominant parties, the ruling All Progressive Congress APC and the People's Democratic Party PDP. Utomi, a member of the Labour Party, made the comment as a guest on one of the national television's interviews. He says he expressed confidence that his party will coast to victory in the 2023 presidential election, which is barely 7 months away. Labour Party has a superstructure, he says, I'm quoting Utomi, much better than the structures APC and the PDP have. He said, the Labour Party is built around the labor movement and a college of civil society organizations. According to him, the Nigerian Labour Party, Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, NTUC, have political commissions in every state of the federation. He stated that the party will mobilize people during the forthcoming polls to ensure that every polling booth is covered. With the structure that we have, I am guaranteeing that on the election day, in every polling station in this country, there are at least 15 people who are standing up for the third force to support Labour Party candidate, he says. Well, Ebi Fiagara, we see the issue being and the case being put forward by Pat Utomi, the professor of economics, right? So, political economics, if you could say. What do you really make of it? He has an experience over time in issues like this. This is not the first time of really contesting also and being involved in political matters. And he's saying that the Labour Party has a better structure than the ruling party and the major opposition party in Nigeria. Do you agree with this?
I don't expect less from him. See, he's a partisan person. What I mean by partisan is a member of a political party. So we always speak better of a party. We always promote his party. He's a expecter of every politician. In APC, if you have APC person speaking today, we do the same. If you have PDP person speaking, we do the same. If you have SDP person speaking today, he will do the same. So they will always promote their party. It's not left for us now to judge, most especially those of us who are political analysts, who have been within the corridors of politics for some time now, to judge if what that person is saying is actually the reality or not. Party to me, like he said, is from a state. I believe in judging person from the origin. Right? There are two types of reasoning. First, he talked about structure. What is structure? When we talk about political structure, we are talking about a well-defined political framework for communication and functions. That is structure, what is meant by structure in politics. If you bring that to the existence of this Labour and their presidential aspiration today, the man who just spoke, Pat Utomi, is from Ibusa, in Oshimili, not local government area of Delta State. ask him, who is the chairman of Labour Party in Oshimili North? They have not organized themselves. Because we're talking about a well-defined framework for communication and function. They've not organized themselves. Labour Party has a say in 2015 when they had a merger with the DPP of Ogboru Party then.
Nationally or
at the state level in Delta State.
Okay, so
where Patutomi hail from. After the merger in 2014, that was where we now heard about labor, because Ogboru, the Ovioma Gege of today, the deputy senate president, all of them contested on the platform of Labour. That was when Labour had made a wave, political wave in Delta. Immediately after the elections, when the likes of Ogboru and Omage decided to cross to APC and the rest of them, since 2014 to date, Labour have not been able to organize themselves. And the election
as in Delta State.
In Delta State. And I'm even taking it back to his roots, where he will cast his vote.
But you don't use one region to actually classify.
We are judging from the beginning. We are looking at the general from the beginning, from a point. Right? We are judging the election
Labour
from a
Party
point.
does not originate from Delta State.
I am telling you.
Another thing again, don't you think it may be a fallacy of hasty conclusion?
The man.
If you're saying.
Patutomi will vote now. Me that is speaker will vote. You will vote. You will vote in a unit. You will not go and vote at the general level at Abuja now. No, you will not vote at the ward level. You will vote in a unit. So you start the judging of the election from the unit. I'm not telling you about his unit, his own local government that he will go to. You were sitting in Lagos. Why in your Oshimile North, even Ibusa that you hail from? It's not known laborly. Let me use that word, but I'm sorry to use that word. Laborly. They are not known. What you have there is still the same APC and PDP in your Ibusa, your Oshimile local government, and you say they have more structure. So where is the system of communication from the national to your Ibusa? Where you hear from? It's not there.
He's saying that every polling unit will have at least 15 persons.
There is an absorption and practicability, the reality. In every polling unit, you were saying it on media now. On the election day, are you going to be there? I witnessed an election in 2015 in particular, where a ward chairman of a particular political party, APC, immediately he landed there. He was beaten. He was seriously beaten. He ran away. He left his spider. And he ran away to his community. His whole family people mobilized to come and rescue him. We are talking about people who have roots, political roots. Now, Labour that is in Lagos, as Patutomi now is in Lagos, instead of it to be at Ibusa, organizing the Labour in Ibusa, then Oshimile North, so that we will now have the visibility of the Labour Party in your local government. So from there, we will now know how strong is the Labour Party. Labour Party, see, media thing is different from reality. So the system of communication and function for the Labour is not that coherent. It's not that solid. That is what I'm saying right now. People sit down and begin to assume, how strong is Labour Party in Gombe State? How strong is Labour Party in Katsina State? How strong is Labour Party in Yobe State? How strong is Labour Party in Kebbi? How strong is Labour Party in Plateau State?
He says that, there's Labour in all states. Remember, 36 states in Nigeria, and there's TUC.
You have
right?
TUC as a union. You have Labour as a union. So many people see it at that level. So the political party, they don't really attach themselves to it. Because most of these people you see today who are contesting under APC, PDP, some of them were former civil servants, some of them still have affiliation to but they belong to other parties.
Have you heard the statement that says injury to one is injury to all?
That is at the union level, not at the political level, not at the politics level. British Utubo is the governorship candidate of Labour Party in Rivers State. How strong is she in Rivers politics now? What waves is she moving? In Zuoba here, are you hearing about Labour Party? Well, apart from media and people just talk and not
for the sake of our viewers, Zuoba is in Port Harcourt, if you would say. So you could continue.
That is so. I'm saying now in Rivers State, in Port Harcourt, in whatever local, in Obiakpo local government, in Port Harcourt City local government, in Gokana and the rest of the nation, where is the structure of Labour Party that is making way for Beatrice Itubo? Most of the workers who are shouting APC, PDP are today are also members of NLC and TUC. So at the union level, when it has to do with salary, payment of salary, incentive, that is where you see them coming together because that is their. But when it comes to the politics, most of it belongs to their party. And British Tubo cannot give directive to them, say vote this party or not. They can't.
But since you've said this, that means when it comes to the issues of salary, they become one.
Yes.
So that means they're still facing the same issues, all of them. So don't you think in order to really jettison those parties that have really helped them, you know, somehow oppress them in court in terms of payment of salaries, they will want to really vote them out?
Vote who? The one that
the
have
ruling party and the opposition party.
Vote the Labour Party that they are accusing. The Beatrice Tubo that some are accusing of eating or not eating their money or not working for them, defending them properly or defending them properly. Is it the person? See, I am a realist. Although I'm also an idealist to an extent. But I like telling people the plain truth. If you like it. If you like, hate it. But I know that truth will live on for a very long time. These civil servants you are talking about today, go to the River State Ministry, go to Abuja, the ministry. Even our police, our judiciary, they are either PDP, APC members. I belong to one other party.
You don't really have facts.
See, let me tell you. By their fruit, you know them. By their actions, we already see them. These civil servants, in terms of neutrality, they are not really there. They either belong to one party or the other. They have this political interest aligned with some parties. That is what they do. But in Nigeria, we like pretense a lot.
All right. Let's see how things will also unfold. If it is joining us, this is Open Conversation. And I've been speaking with Amy Fiaga, a political analyst here. And we've talked on several matters that are actually creating a lot of wave in our news, especially in the media today. And it's been facts about politics and unbiased analysis here today. I'd like to thank you, Amy Fiaga, for coming today on Open Conversation.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, so we're calling it a day on Open Conversation today, being Wednesday. It's the 13th of July, and it's 3 days to the Osun State elections coming up on the 16th of July. So we'll keep you up to speed with every matter happening in the political scene in Nigeria today. It's our duty to actually do that. However, this is where we'll call it today. You could join us on all our social media handles for more conversations at Twitter at Atlantic TV Net. Facebook and YouTube is at Atlantic Television Network. Instagram is at Atlantic TV Network. I am Nnamdi Uzuku, your anchor. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress in Nigeria. Until we meet again, God bless you. See you tomorrow, God willing.
But I remain committed to the United Kingdom leaving.
Since I became Prime Minister, I've said we must get on and get Brexit done on October the 31st so that this